Let me tell you something that happens in the human mind long before a cigarette is lit, long before a drink is poured. It happens in silence, in a glance, in the tension between who we are and who we think we should be. Now, put a smoker or a drinker in the same room with someone who doesn't, and something strange will occur. A quiet discomfort, a subtle defensiveness, a feeling they think they are better than me. But here's the truth: no one has spoken, no one has judged, yet judgment is felt. Why? Not as an argument, not as morality, but a psychiatrist and a philosopher explaining how the mind creates stories. Satire once said, "Hell is other people." And I believe he didn't mean people are evil. He meant other people become mirrors that reflect the part of ourselves we try to avoid. A smoker may take casual puffs, drinker may take casual sips. They feel normal until someone walks in who doesn't do these things, and suddenly a mirror appears. And the mind whispers, "They are probably judging me." But that's not true. What you're hearing is your own inner critic echoing through someone else's silence. In truth, we all have three psychological voices. The pleasure seeker, "I enjoy this, it helps me cope." The rationalizer, "I'm not that serious, everyone has flaws." Thirdly, the inner judge, "You know this isn't good for you." These three form a triangle inside the mind, but when a non-smoker enters the room, guess which one becomes the loudest? Of course, the inner judge. Suddenly, that puff feels heavier, that drink feels louder, that habit feels exposed. And the ego in its discomfort tries to escape. Instead of saying, "I feel insecure," the mind says, "They think they are superior." It shifts the blame outward and protects its self-image. Kierkegaard once wrote, "The most painful state is remembering your own self." Shame is not born when someone criticizes you. Shame is born when someone reminds you of yourself. For a non-smoker, they are a reminder of the version you want to be, the health you wish you had, the discipline you admire in others, or the guilt you carry quietly. Suddenly, this reminder becomes threatening, not because of who you are, but because of what they are awakening inside you. So the mind creates a story. They think they are better, they are slightly judging me. No, my friend, the judgment is internal, not external. You see, humans instinctively build hierarchies: disciplined versus undisciplined, healthy versus unhealthy, control versus uncontrolled. Even if you don't believe in these categories, your subconscious does. Nietzsche once said, "We are always living from the inside out, but interpreting ourselves from the outside in." So, when you see someone who doesn't smoke or drink, your subconscious automatically compares. They don't need what I need. They stopped what I couldn't stop. They are above me. But because that thought hurts the ego reacts with defense. They think they are above me. The feeling flips direction. A win for the ego, a loss for self-awareness. And here is something most people never realize. A habit practiced long enough becomes part of your identity. You don't just smoke, you become a smoke. You don't just drink, you become a drink. And identities hit threats. A non-smoker is not just a person, they are symbols. A symbol your identity doesn't like. So your mind becomes sensitive, your ego becomes alert, your defense activates. Not because the other person has done anything, but because their existence contradicts your identity. Get this. Society adds another layer. We live in a culture where smoking is bad, drinking is a vice, discipline is good, self-control is superior. Even if you don't believe these things, you grew up hearing them. So they live inside you like background noise. When you see a non-drinker or non-smoker, those cultural messages awaken. People like them are disciplined. People like me are not. Even if it isn't true, your brain reacts anyway. Carl Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. This is exactly what happens. And here is the irony. A non-smoker is rarely thinking about it. To them, not smoking is normal. Not drinking is everyday life. Your habit is not their business. They don't feel superior. They don't feel special. They barely even notice. But to the smoker, their presence feels like a spotlight. Two people, two realities, same moment. One sees another, the other sees judgment. And here is the psychiatric truth. People don't fear the judgment of others. They fear the judgment already living inside them. The non-smoker is not the problem. Your reaction to them is. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but the view they take of them." This tension lives inside the mind, not in the room. So how do you remove this tension? There are only two paths. First one, resolve the internal conflict. If you are genuinely at peace with your habit, no one's presence will disturb you. Secondly, recognize the projection. When you feel judged, ask yourself, is this coming from them or from the part of me that judges myself? And 95% of the time, the answer is internal. Once you see that, the tension dissolves. The non-smoker stops being a symbol and becomes just a person. And in the end, most humans walk through life afraid of shadow, not their own, but the ones they imagine around them. And the truth is simple, people judge themselves far more than they judge others. If you feel judged, look inward first. Because the harshest critic is often the voice you have been carrying for years, not the quiet person sitting across from you. And when you understand that, you stop defending yourself from ghosts and start healing the person within.